The Arab League counteroffers on Gaza and the State of the Union. It's 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Item number 5 today, Gaza. The Arab League has made a counterproposal to Donald Trump's offer to take over Gaza, to own it, to rebuild it. Not surprisingly, the Arab League has rejected Trump's proposal. No surprise there. They instead adopted an Egyptian reconstruction plan that would cost $53 billion and avoid displacing Arabs from the Gaza Strip. Now, the Egyptian plan for Gaza would leave Hamas in the enclave and bring the Palestinian Authority in from Samaria and Judea as the governing body there. United States, Israel both rejected the Arab proposal. Not surprisingly, Israel doesn't want the Palestinian Authority or Hamas, and especially not Hamas, left in place in Gaza. An Israeli government statement said the Arab League's plan ultimately, quote, fails to address the realities of the situation following October 7th, 2023, remaining rooted in outdated perspectives, end quote. In other words, going back 100 years, when the Zionist movement and representatives of the Arabs sat down and began trying to sort things out, the Arab position has basically been no, 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 no. And the reality on the ground is they don't hold any cards, as President Trump said to Volodymyr Zelensky regarding Ukraine's position vis-a-vis Russia. United States White House National Security Council spokesman Brian Hughes said that the Arab plan, quote, did not address the reality that Gaza is currently uninhabitable and residents cannot humanely live in a territory covered in debris and unexploded ordnance, end quote. That is also very true. The people who are there now need to be moved out. The Arabs don't want to leave because they're afraid once they leave, they won't be allowed back in. But the fact is, it's just not a place suitable for human habitation at the moment. Topic number 4, the State of the Union. President Trump set a record for the longest State of the Union address by a president, 99 minutes on Tuesday night. Number of takeaways. And by the way, let's just say up front, the State of the Union address has now become a performance. It is a dog and pony show every year. The television cameras creating opportunities for both parties to create viral moments. And this really is not conducive to just getting information from the president to Congress. It's like Congress saying to the president, give us 5 bullet point things that you've accomplished in the White House. Now it's more like, let's invite a bunch of people in to create viral moments. Hey, stand, take a bow. It is a show, and it's really not what it ought to be, but it is what it is. Anyway, the takeaways: tax cuts promised for all Americans, making the income tax cuts permanent that were not done in 2017. The border is closed. Deportations are underway. DEI and gender ideology done in the United States. And President Trump, in a wonderful moment, telling children across the country, quote, you are perfect exactly the way God made you, end quote. Contrary to the DEI, the gender position, which is, if you're not feeling good about yourself, we've got these experimental drugs and radical surgeries that'll make you feel good about yourself. And there's new research that shows that in fact is not the case, that those who undergo transgender surgeries are actually at greater risk of attempting suicide. But I digress. Other points. Tariffs were explained. Trump saying expect some economic disturbance, but in the long run, it'll be good for America. DOJ findings highlighted. Hundreds of billions of dollars in fraud have been discovered. Trump promising a balanced federal budget by 2028. If he can accomplish this would be the equivalent of putting men on the moon. Pray that he can do it, but I see a lot of obstacles in Washington, D.C. to that happening. Direct appeal to the residents of Greenland. Join us. Join us. New shipbuilding office in the White House meant to counter China's vast superiority in shipbuilding. One Chinese shipyard now with more shipbuilding capacity than all of America's shipyards combined. Fact. Democrats, by contrast, looked at petty and small in the way they responded to Trump's speech, especially. Now, look, we don't expect the Democrats to stand and applaud for all the stand and cheer moments that are written into the speech. But when they refused to stand and applaud for a 12-year-old boy dealing with brain cancer, whose dream is to grow up to become a police officer. Trump naming this young boy an honorary member of the Secret Service. I mean, come on, that's a pretty cool thing. And for Democrats to refuse to applaud for that, it just says that their hatred of Trump outweighs any shred of human decency that they have, again, making them look very petty. Again, a dog and pony show, the bottom line. But the fact is that most people liked it. According to a CBS News poll, the approval rating for Trump's speech among those who watched it, more than 3-1 in favor, which just had to have the pundits at CBS, CNN, MSNBC just grinding their teeth. Moving on, topic number 3. Speaking of the tariffs, President Trump is exempting automakers on newly imposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico for 1 month. This followed a phone call with Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trump said he told Trudeau that there hadn't been enough progress made on stemming the flow of fentanyl coming into the country through our northern border. Trump also accused Trudeau of using the tariff issue to stay in power, saying that Trudeau wasn't able to tell him when exactly Canada is going to hold elections. Now remember, Trudeau has said he's resigning, but he's staying on until the next election. When that will be, though, we don't know. Canada responded to U.S. tariffs, that is, by announcing an additional $30 billion in Canadian dollars surtax on a variety of U.S. goods, from orange juice to motorcycles. The plan is for an additional $125 billion Canadian to be hit with a 25% surtax in 3 weeks if U.S. tariffs remain in place. On Tuesday, Trudeau said he doesn't think fentanyl is the real issue here, says Trump is using tariffs to cause the collapse of the Canadian economy to facilitate annexation. We do note that there is a group in Alberta, by the way, that is putting together a movement to petition the United States to annex Alberta as our 51st state, given that oil production in Alberta is a key element of the economy there and also very important to the United States. I mean, I was hearing this when I was selling steel pipe to guys in Calgary and Fort McMurray 30 years ago. So this is not a new thing and not new to Donald Trump. Topic number 2, freezing or unfreezing USAID. Supreme Court, by a vote of 5-4, refused to uphold President Trump's foreign aid freeze, reinstating an order by a lower court that requires the disbursement of as much as $2 billion owed to contractors for work already completed. The dissent, coming from Justices Alito, Thomas Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh, was strongly worded. This written by Justice Alito. Does a single district court judge who likely lacks jurisdiction have the unchecked power to compel the government of the United States to pay out and probably lose forever $2 billion taxpayer dollars? The answer to that question should be an emphatic no. But a majority of this court apparently thinks otherwise. I am stunned. End quote. Now, this decision only unfreezes already completed work, money owed to contractors for things they've already done, not future freezes. So the Trump administration, is not blocked from continuing to pause or cut future foreign assistance. It'll be interesting to see how the Trump administration responds to this. Coming up, a classic example of why President Trump froze USAID funding. I will share this with you next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can support the ministry of Skywatch TV and our continued efforts to share the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the 4 corners of the world, and receive your very own copy of this urgent new work when you order the Tracking Toward Tribulation special offer. Not only does this incredible opportunity include Terry James' new book, Tracking Toward Tribulation and the Any Moment Intervention by Jesus Christ, but it also includes Terry's best-selling book, Lawless: End Times War Against the Spirit of Antichrist. This book reveals how the spiritual forces behind global chaos and demonic rage are signs of Christ's imminent return. But that's not all. Right now, this special offer also includes Unraveling Revelation, The Four Horsemen on DVD featuring Derek and Sharon Gilbert. This incredible DVD uncovers the biblical truth behind the riders of the apocalypse, the chariots of Zechariah, the Watchers, Babylon, Hermes, Hades, and even death itself. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of over $80. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Tracking Toward Tribulation special offer right now.
Item number one today. This is one of the things you just can't make up. One example, a classic example of why Trump stopped foreign aid from, especially flowing through USAID. USAID, U.S. Agency for International Development, sent $1.3 billion in foreign assistance to the Democratic Republic of the Congo last year. This is the world's fifth poorest country by GDP. Sounds reasonable. They need the help. Let's send them the help. Except, instead of spending the money to help the poor, impoverished people of Congo, that country's officials apparently used the money to pay for their travel expenses. And I mean, really, really nice expenses. They spent the equivalent of $488,000, $500,000 on a 6-night hotel stay during this year's World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland. This delegation from the Congo booked several dozen rooms at the 5-star Hotel Kellenhof, even though there were only 6 members of the delegation in Davos. Several dozen rooms for 6 guys. This came out to $81,000 per night. $81,000 per night. I mean, slice off 3 zeros there. That's what I prefer to pay when I have to stay somewhere in a hotel. Usually I have to go over that, but $81,000 per night. Switzerland's delegation came under fire in 2023 for spending $128,000 on a hotel for the World Economic Forum in violation of Switzerland's expense regulations. The Congo, with a much smaller delegation and much less resources, spent 4 times that amount. No problem, though, I guess, if you're from Congo, because it didn't cost them anything. It was American taxpayers who picked up that tab. Again, this is why President Trump pausing USAID. Well, this week on Skywatch TV, we're talking about Terry James' new book, Tracking Toward Tribulation. Are there examples? Is there evidence of the Great Tribulation already here? Terry James, for decades, a renowned expert on end times Bible prophecy. He is the guest on Skywatch TV this week. You can watch the program. Our broadcast schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels, but we will broadcast on your schedule. A number of ways you can do that. Watch it right now on the Skywatch TV channel for Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire TV. If you've got a smart TV preloaded with Roku or Fire TV, just make sure you've got the Skywatch TV app installed on that set-top box. You can watch it on the internet right now, youtube.com/@Skywatch Television. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit the like button. Rumble.com/Skywatch TV, or download our free mobile app to your smartphone or tablet. We've got apps for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire devices. Again, it's free, and we have links to those app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. 5 in 10 is online. You can find us at YouTube at 5 in 10. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit that like button, and you'll also follow us. You can follow us on X. I encourage you to do so at 5_in_10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.